There are rumors that northern power brokers are weighing their options ahead of 2027 because of Tinubu's massive failure, the massive hardship he has brought on Nigerians, and the northerners are suffering more than southerners because of course you know that the southerners have more job opportunities unlike the north. According to the guy behind this Twitter handle, they are looking at a matchup between P2B and El-Rufai. It's not just from him alone. The rumor started when El-Rufai visited SDP headquarters in Abuja. It's very obvious that Malam El-Rufai is not happy in APC. He's been facing disgrace left, right and center. The person he helped become his successor in Kaduna State revealed a lot of information about the loans he took while in office. He's not happy about it. The main humiliation he suffered was the refusal of the Senate to confirm his ministerial appointment. All that was spearheaded by Tinubu because Tinubu is vindictive. He doesn't forget and he never forgives. Yes, that's what it looks like. Remember one time in 2019 when El-Rufai was asked in an interview whether he will deputize Tinubu if he decides to run for president in 2023. He replied that he will never deputize someone tainted with drug and other things he said. That was a reference to Tinubu's narcotics money forfeiture in the United States. He forfeited $460,000 to the US government. Tinubu wasn't happy about it. That's not the only thing El-Rufai said. He also said that he will teach Lagosians how to take over their state from the people that have been holding them hostage. That's another reference to Tinubu because everyone knows that Tinubu decides who becomes the governor in Lagos State. It's like his tenure never ended in Lagos State. He's the godfather of politics in Lagos State. So all these El-Rufai have said in the past against Tinubu. So when Tinubu started campaigning during the primaries, Tinubu visited Kaduna. El-Rufai offered him the governor's seat and Tinubu, brimming with smile, was thinking, this guy doesn't know I will still hit him, I will still reply him, I will take my pound of flesh from him for having criticized and talked down on me in 2019. He never thought about all this till after they did all the abracadabra and Tinubu nominated him as a minister. He went to the Senate for confirmation thinking that it would be the usual bow and go, but to his surprise, he was humiliated.
I have this very strong petition against you that borders on security, unity, and cohesiveness of Nigerian nation. And I think that petition has to be considered along in this screening exercise.
So ever since, El-Rufai is not happy in APC. He's not happy how he was treated despite all he did during the campaigns. So it's not out of the ordinary that El-Rufai will want to go to another party. But there are two scenarios northern power brokers will face in 2027. Tinubu's allies will be campaigning and saying, let him finish the 4 years so that power will come back to the north, which definitely many people will buy into. Yes, they will say if they support another southern candidate, maybe someone like P2B, that means that power will stay in the south for 12 years, which many in the north will never tolerate. On the other hand, some that wouldn't want Tinubu to stay in power a day longer after his first term might propose to others that they will get a candidate from the south that will sign agreement to stay only one term in office so that power will get back to the north after 8 years. P2B is an advocate of 5-year single tenure for president so that power will rotate among the geopolitical zones. His major reason for advocating for a single tenure is because of the second tenure campaign, that it hits Nigerian treasury very hard. You know, there are no checks and balances in Nigeria. Take for instance, during Goodluck Jonathan's time, he spent millions of dollars for his re-election campaign. He was giving Obas in the southwest when he toured the area $200,000 each. There are some that got $50,000. These slush funds were gotten from security votes through Dasuki and the central bank governor. They spent about $2 billion just campaigning, wasting all the money. So based on this, P2B feels it's better to have a single tenure so that the person will use his personal money to campaign. When he gets there, he knows he has one single tenure. There will be no need to steal all that money for re-election and every other thing. This is just a symptom of a huge problem we have in Nigeria. That's why we need to build strong institutions that will work for the country. Because even if you have a single tenure, the incumbent president might still use state money to back his preferred candidate, and that person might be loyal to him when he gets there. So the treasury still suffers. That's why we need to build strong institutions that will fight corruption. Anyone that commits any crime must face justice, especially politicians. They need to be used to set example for citizens. This will in the end force them to start living by example. If we have a very strong police that is not corrupt, they'll be able to checkmate whatever corruption that is happening in the country. Instead of Nigeria losing a leader who could have done better, served Nigeria more, who cut his leadership short because it's a single tenure. A strong institution is better than limiting the terms a politician will stay in office. What we need to do is to make sure that we checkmate corruption among politicians. Immediately we start sending politicians to prison, many of them will fall in line. No one wants to be disgraced. No one wants to go to prison. The major motivation for committing crimes in Nigeria is because the criminals know they will get away with it. Even if they are caught, they will always find a way to pay bribes and be free. So this is the problem. We have a law enforcement problem. If we're able to solve it, many things, corruption, everything will fall in line in Nigeria. So while it sounds good to limit the tenure of political office holders, Nigerians can always get a better deal if we have strong institutions. Even rotational presidency sounds good also, but we will be missing out on intellectuals, good leaders that will have to wait for several years before their turn in order to become president or governor, as the case may be. So what we need is serious law enforcement, efficient courts, and incorruptible judges that will not turn the law upside down in order to save an accused person. This is all we need to secure Nigeria's future. Now, coming back to the rumor that Northern Power Brokers want El-Rufai to deputize Peter Obi to battle Tinubu in 2027. Whether it's still a rumor or that they are seriously considering it, the fact remains that Peter Obi is the beautiful bride. El-Rufai was privileged during the presidential election. He must have seen the real figures Labour Party scored. So even if this is true, he must be the one making the move to displace Dati Baba Ahmed. So will it be correct to say that his motivation is not to stop the hardship that Tinubu brought on Nigerians? Because he is positioning himself or whoever is backing him. Because if truly they want a Nigeria that works, why not back the people they know that have the mandate already? The mandate of majority of Nigerians. Campaign hard for them and tell them, hey, these people are better than what we have now. Let all of them support them. They will stop hunger, they will stop this, they will stop that. That is the normal thing they are supposed to do, not trying to position someone that will checkmate someone. When they get to power, assuming it is true, you will start hearing infighting because their motivation is to take power, not good governance. 2023 presidential election was the first time in Nigeria's history when we had two candidates, a presidential candidate and his deputy that are competent, that are anti-corruption fighters. It has never happened in Nigeria before. It has always been dark horses, people who didn't even have any intention of running for president. They will be begging them, come and run, we'll make you president. On the other hand, you have people that are very popular, but they will never want those people to run because they know they will not work for any godfather, they will work for the masses. Look at what happened when Obasanjo was leaving power in 2007. He went for Yaradua, who he knew that he wasn't well. Yaradua himself had already demanded a position in the university so that he would go back and start lecturing again after serving Katsina State for 2 terms. But Obasanjo insisted that he will make him the president. Even in choosing the vice president, he still went for someone that was not very popular at the time. So if truly the Northern Power Brokers are considering backing Peter Obi, they should forget about El-Rufai deputizing him. He's a controversial figure and he's not liked in the south. Even in the middle belt, people don't like him very much around these areas, and these are the strongholds of Labour Party and Peter Obi. What they need to do is to campaign hard against Tinubu and tell their people, hey, this is the person that will make a difference, that will do a better job. that we made a mistake backing him in 2023. It's as simple as that. And with that, we can get a better Nigeria that will be on a better trajectory. Not a Nigeria that is run on propaganda and promises that never materialize. And they continue increasing the price of everything. No good thing has been done for the benefit of Nigerians. Poor Nigerians continue suffering, but they continue increasing the price of virtually everything under the government control. Thanks for watching.